Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to the Traitors Review. This is Mizzle 14, and I'm back doing a review of Traitors Season 4, Episode 6 and Episode 7. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Alan, I love you, boo, but don't overhype this episode. You overhyped this 7th episode and made it seem like this was going to be the best episode in Traitors history and all that stuff. You overhyped, you overplayed the episode, and that episode was bland. To be honest, in my opinion, it wasn't all that. It was underwhelming, and it was not what you thought it was going to be. I don't know what you thought, but the play didn't shock us or gave us the wow factor that you think that you thought was going to happen. What, somebody betrayed each other, something like that? That's normal fashion. We've seen that before. So it's not like we did not see that happening before or whatever. The banquet wasn't all that. So for I guess you think that the outburst that Jam did, which I felt like that was stupid for him to even do all that. He shouldn't even have the chance to say anything once he's eliminated. But whatever. Let's get into the episode because we got some things to talk about. And I'm gonna say this. Listen, y'all. The traitor discourse on Twitter and everything, y'all need to stop all that. At the end of the day, everybody gotta have their own opinions, whether the strategy or not. Whether you think Cannon's strategy was good or not, whether you think Rob's strategy was good or not, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're gonna see how they plays. We'll see if they strategies and they plans and what they did it works in their favor or works against them at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, what all matters if when it comes to that final fire pit, we'll see if they can survive or not, the traitors, and they can make it all the way to the end. That's what really matters. So all the discourse about this and taking my liability and everything, I say at the end of the day, it was no need to do that because the faithfuls is doing your job anyway. So for the traitors this season to even go extra hard, you don't need to because the faithfuls has been faithfuling and been really horrible. So for me, this season, the traitors didn't have to really do much. But for Rob to go out his way to do all that extra this to try to stick it to Lisa and all that stuff, I said I don't agree with that. Whether that's a strategy, I know people say it's a liability, it's just like that. I said at the end of the day, yes. If a person is a liability and it's got heat on them, traitors will have to go with the group and vote that person out. My problem is he didn't need to do all that to stick in Lisa, and when Lisa's name was already out there, her name is in the forefront. So for him to go out his way to help Colton and because they got their blow code and I was like, whatever. They better hope the work in his favor. I mean, with Colton's sake, to be honest, I wish Colton and Rob does make it to the end, so I can see the stupid ass face that Colton would make when he realizes, Rob was a traitor all along, and he just throwing out names. But you want to throw out your Rob name, and that's your strategy to throw out Rob name and see get the heat on him. But you want to throw that out there, so I just want to see his face when he realized Rob is a traitor. Oh, you gonna be happy, congratulate him? So you play a good game, you played me, or what? So you think you're so smart? You think you're a strategist in this game, and you not. And that's why I put in my thing. Coach, you want to take credit for Kalisa's management, like, oh, it worked for him, and now I go put his I'll make a big target of Tiffany, and they work out. So I'm not respected right now. Now with Lisa, I'm back in the game. Boy, bye. You only did that because Rob was helping you. And then y'all used the same line at the end. I would say if I was somebody, I said, why the fuck y'all reciting the same line at the end of the thing? Make it really known that y'all had this little alliance. So you make and Rob being very vocal. Since when trainers be knows this vocal like that? That's when you start getting cocky. When you start getting really too vocal. Now Candace vocally is only because she's playing as a faithful and being vocal. But Rob's vocals is being trying to act like he is a faithful and try to play it off, but he's just doing too much. Doing too much, in my opinion. That's a strategy. Like I said, no strategy is right and wrong and how you play the traitors. It depends on the results of your strategy, whether it works for your favor or it works against you. It depends on the players. That's what I would say. So all this going back and forth and trying to criticize people who didn't watch or trying to criticize people that, I swear y'all didn't watch first season. No, I said we watched first season. And if you remember correctly, Siri, hope I said that name right, Siri, she didn't go out her way to be vocalizing the round table, to go against her traders like that. She only went with the group, and she stayed stealthy and behind the group because they trust her anyway, and she makes her approach based on what is the group, the atmosphere. So if a trader has heat and they cannot go out, they cannot defend themselves, it is a guarantee sure they would eliminate it. She would just vote with the group. She didn't go out her way to speak against them or put them on the forefront. No. And the only time she really, and even at the end, when she put the fire and took out one of her fellow traders, that was a good power move. Now it worked for her benefit because the two faithfuls that was there left was clueless and didn't realize that she was a traitor at the time, even though it was a clear giveaway that she was, especially how the guy reacted towards her betraying him. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm just saying that people may say like, "Oh, take it out, Lisa, because liability. I didn't watch her as a traitor only one." Yes, Trader won the first season because how she played. She wasn't out there in the forefront. She was mostly stealthy. That's how she won. Like I said, it's different ways how to be a trader, but I do know most traders who did win the season has been playing under the radar. They have not been on the front like that. Get people to trust them to play the game, but they don't have to go out the way to take somebody down. Let the thing plays out, and then they go with the grain of people. That's what they usually do. The ones who seasons that traders has won, they usually does that approach, not the out or what show the romance and show this alliance out like wordly and everything. They could create somebody, you could create your little alliance or stuff like that, but not be out in the forefront and people have eyes on you. But whatever. That's my opinion. Because I watch not only the traders US, I watch UK, I watch Australia and everything. And usually the traders that does win the seasons are the traders that usually are stealthy behind the scenes and nobody really focus on them because how they blend in with the cast. Not so much of trying to be a leader. All right. But that's just me. Episode 6, it continued on where it left off. Like, we don't know if it's going to be a murder or not, but Alec came and we showed a flashback and nobody took the shield. So everybody will be safe. So it will be no murder that night. All right, so Colton talked to Dorinda about Lisa, and he was like, he believing that she's a traitor. Now, Colton's strategy has always been his strategy. It's like he's just throwing name out there and see if it sticks. He has no clear evidence. He has no solid evidence against the people that he going after. He just throwing name out there, hoping the faithfuls could follow him and they could say the name, and whether they're faithful or not, they could go past elimination. That's the strategy. And it hasn't been working as much as for him, and it hasn't been working much for him because he has been slacking and not doing a good job trying to get the traders out. And the only way he just threw a Lisa name out there, but that he has Rob done, and Rob know that Lisa's a trader. He helping him get a trader out, but whatever. So people is talking about Ron will be leaving at the round table. So they still gun home about Ron. And I have a lot of things about this Ron thing because I'll say, oh, so y'all want to play this understanding about favoritism and likes. Okay, we'll talk about that. Ron, because I said at the end of the day, I appreciate Ron. I said y'all going hard about Ron, but y'all was not going hard about everybody else like Colton who's getting things wrong and he leading the pack. And what? Because of what? Ron has solid evidence. Colton doesn't. But y'all still nailed it Ron. I think he had it wrong because Portia's a faithful. Tiffany's a faithful too, but y'all nailed it Colton. Not so much as y'all nailed it Ron. So Johnny trying to lead a group of faithfuls to have like a numbers on his side so we could tip the tails. Because how's things going with the traders, the three of them, Lisa, Candace, and Rob have been doing a good job as traders. That's why I say their strategies have been working. That's what I say they didn't even do much. They could just let the faithfuls just take out each other, and y'all could just coast to the end because the faithfuls has been playing their games for them, and they was every night they was eliminating people quick. Nobody had any idea it was any one of those three until now. Lisa, their coach is throwing Lisa name out there. Coach talked to Natalie about Lisa. Or because he feel like Lisa's not acting how she's supposed to be And you know what? I will talk about that too because remember the whole Michael Rappaport and me, everybody had this discord the how they're trying to you cannot use someone's past to judge how they in the character and everything. I say yes, you should not have to because this is a game. It's a whole different game ball game. It's not The Bachelor, that's the Survivor, it's not Big Brother. So it's a whole different game. It's not you can't use what they have done or their popularity from other shows and think they're gonna be the same or you like them because they had to stay because you like them. No, it's the based on the game and strategy. So he was butthurt that Michael Rappaport was trying to bring out his closeted thing, even though offensive comment that he didn't attempt to mean it like that way, but it took it that way. You don't have all people who know about keeping a secret, basically trying to say he's being a closet for all these years, and so he played well, so he could be a great trader because he does that. He does that well. So, you try to be my past in this game to assault me. But at the same time, you usually try to bring Lisa and how she acted in her past and try to judge her the reason why she's a traitor. Because she's not acting how Lisa Rinna, how she's supposed to be. Like I watched Housewives, she's an icon, she's a legend. She's not acting the way she's supposed to be. So you didn't like that somebody bring your past and judge you based on your thing and your expectation, what they are. So, but you could be bring the expectation of what you know about the person and how they should act here. I said that's a double standard. I don't like that. Y'all could go about how y'all want to go about that, but I'm saying that that's stupid and it's a hypocritical for him to get upset when they was did to him, but now he doing the same thing for somebody else. I like. Is not acting when he knows her. Oh, really, Colton? I said that in my notes. Oh, really, Colton? Oh, so you judge Lisa not because of how she played the game or what evidence you have on her. You only judge her because of what you know about her outside of the traders. So you and everybody else in there that had a pre-bias biases of who these people are before they came on the show, and you see them, you had this preconceived notions of how they were supposed to be. Even though Traitors is a whole different set of game, a whole different scenario. So you can't play it how you play it, or you can't move or act how you will act if you in your own perspective shows. So at the end of the day, I want people to start realizing, watch the show based on the people how they play on this game, not because of what they are before here. That's why I like Traitors season when it's all civilians, because we have no stake in them. We don't even know who they are. We don't even know their backstory. They tell their backstory a little bit, but we can focus only the game of the strategy, not so much of the person and what kind of person they was before the show. That's why I don't really care for all these celebrities show, because people start bringing their own biases in the show, and it's not. You should not be doing that. It should just be focused on what they do here and their strategies and how to play the game, and that's what we should be judging on. So for Colton to bring that up, like, oh, I suspect Lisa to be this way. She didn't act this way, so I will throw her name out there because she didn't act how Lisa Rinna is supposed to be. So what Lisa Rinna is supposed to be on this show, in this game? Everybody not gonna act the way they act on their own show. So for you to bring that up, I said, so you had expectation in which you know about her, but you didn't like when somebody brings something else to you. I don't care if it's offensive or not. At the end of the day, everybody brought some information about what they know of you to the show, and you did the same thing after you got offended by the last time. He said he gonna name drop Lisa, and they say who's sticking for her, and then he gonna watch out, right? This time, Coach is being really obnoxious. He being very obnoxious. He being like very cocky, and I said, I don't know what's gotten up his ass that he think that he's running shit. But baby, y'all is letting this guy act like he running y'all, and y'all are faithfuls that letting him think that way. So Colton thinks Lisa. So Colton and Rob had this alliance. This is the beginning. He had this alliance, and Rob did not want to break it because it's a blanket for him to have Colton on his side to be smitten by him. He's smitten by Colton. Colton's smitten by Rob. That's all it is. Point blank, period. So mission number 6, they have the cryptic clue. It's a cryptic clue, and it's a soul grave. So they got some clues. Then they had to find out who the name of the person, and they will have two players who have to go outside. Who you believe the person is. You can win up to $18,000. So if you get a shield, it's no benefit of money you receive and everything. And if you get chosen, if you chose to go out to go towards the answer, you cannot come back in the cabin. So like that. And that's what it say. If you take a shield, it's no benefit. So it was like they try to agree on nobody take a shield, nobody take a shield, right? So now they up here doing the most, like she always doing, saying, "Oh, if anybody take a shield today, we gonna get banished tonight." I said, "Who is you? You acting like you was running things with your vocal, and you have been wrong all this time anyway, girl. So I don't know who you trying to dictate how things should go. If somebody want to share, they go get a shield. I don't care what the fuck you gotta say, girl. So they had to go to the thing. Candace and Tara went first, and they got it incorrect because as they was going out, people had some Louise Clark, but however, it was Louise Black, but they was already out the door. So they kept saying black, a black, a black, but they didn't hear them. So they got it incorrect. But everybody else from there got it right. So Mora and Jam Jam got it correct. And Jam Jam was a shield, but he was pissed off he didn't get the shield. So he was upset. Mora was looking at that and said, that's fishy. Lisa and Mark was next. They got it correct. Dorinda and Johnny, correct. Colton and Kristen was correct. And Natalie and Steven was correct when they did. So they end up banking $15,000. What was left was Rob, Eric, and Ron. They was left because they didn't go out. And because it was 6 questions. Or 6 group went, and 1 was correct. So it was no shield. So Traitors could kill tonight. Robs want to keep Ron around. Even though they want to get Ron because he's a blanket for them and to get Ron and he's there, but he wants to keep Ron around because he talked to Ron and he realized Ron is not this bad guy and he believes Ron is really faithful. He knows Ron is a faithful anyway. But he's like, Ron is not this person, this horrible person. So I feel bad for him. So let's keep him around. So Johnny want to go after Colton. I said, fine, let's get Colton out. Let's get him out because he's getting cocky. But whatever. So Ron wants to keep Ron and thinks he's a faithful. So Candace's like, what the hell is you think you're doing, Rob? Like, stick to the plan. We had a plan. But Rob's like lately, he's not sticking to the plan that they had. They had a pact to stick together and work together. Ron was a clear person to get vanished. So stick with it and don't even try to deviate. But he had some chance to deviate. He wanted to deviate. So Colton wants to talk to Lisa, and he wants to get a hold of her, and he wants to hold her hostage. So he said he will protect her if she protects him. So Lisa's not buying what he's saying. She said, I'm a faithful. And she got to be careful of him. Yes, because now he's trying to use that and say, I've talked to her and I pinned her in the corner and had a private conversation with her and she would protect me and everything. And what if she would say yes? He would have used that against her. So the banishment table, number 5. Marks, he wants Ron to defend himself. I said, listen, Ron has been defending himself throughout the time. Y'all keep suspecting him because the Porsche got eliminated. At the end of the day, he had enough. He's done. And he said, listen, I don't know what to do today because some of y'all have to like me. So Dorinda's piped up. She said, oh, it's not about liking someone. It's like I said, hold up. Dorinda, shut up. Because you was lucky you still make it this far because of the pity they had for you for last season. So, girl, pipe down. Now, you say it's not about likes. Y'all have been basing your votes on likes. Y'all have basing your votes because of likes. You didn't like Michael, so y'all want to get him out. Is that a like? Y'all basing who y'all want and like. Y'all like Portia. Ron got Portia out because of evidence that he had on her that what she said. He convinced y'all. He didn't put a gun to your head to say vote this way, vote this way. Don't. Y'all could have voted for someone else, but y'all still believe what he said. And now, because she was a faithful, y'all liked her. Y'all want to nail Ron to the cross. About it weeks after he got tired of it. He got tired of it. He said, "Listen, y'all keep nailing me. I don't got nothing to say. I'm not gonna be this open. I'm not trying to share my life with y'all. I'm here." And y'all kept going after him, going after him. He said, "Enough." So y'all be based it on the likes. So don't try to come in and say, like, "Oh, it's not about having like." Yes, yeah, it is about like it. Because if you didn't like Michael, y'all vote him out because y'all like him. You like Portia. Y'all like just like Ron, so y'all try to get Ron out because y'all like Portia much and he got Portia out. So get out of here. It was about like, so they're gonna shut the hell up because I was not liking that. I would say y'all are very hypocritical on how y'all approach things. So y'all said y'all want to nail me in the cross, but y'all not nailing Quilton who got Tiffany out. And he just threw a name out there. And then Evan with his freaking dusty musical ears, whatever. I'm saying whatever saying. I'm not knocking his talent. I'm just going by the review. So don't be in no feelings. So about, oh, I know 99% sure that's her voice. That's how you know that's her laugh. Like, come on now. So Juan nailed Colton because Colton thought he was doing something because he could people was like questioning him, Juan, and Juan said, This is such a whatever that is, this is what's happening. And what? Any more questions? He got anything on to say? Ron Colton had nothing else to say. Got him any more questions? So I would say yes. I put my notes. Yes. Go ahead, Ron. Shut him down. Ate him up. Right? So he would say, you know what? I know the fate it is. They say, you know what? When Ron, he said, you know what? I don't got time for this. At the end of the day, y'all gonna vote for me. It is what it is. I want to tell you right now that I'm a faithful, but it is what it is. I guess y'all want to go after to see if it is true or not, that I'm a faithful or not, and y'all want to see it because that's what they plan. They say, you know what? At this point, we just need to know. So he said, you know what? I'm done. I'm going around. I'm gonna get voted out. So I'm gonna say my goodbyes to everyone. So he went around the table. I like what you did. I just this that. I can't what you did. And he's going around to each person saying his goodbyes. So now everybody was like, oh, what? Because I said, ain't no trader gonna do all that. Trader's not gonna be performance. They're gonna go around the table trying to say goodbye, knowing that they'll trade up doing all that stuff. They're not. They're gonna try to defend themselves. Ron had enough. He said, listen, I'll tell you, I've been telling y'all I'm a faithful, and y'all keep thinking that I'm not. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna go by one. I love that. I said I love what Ron did because I said, you know what? Nail it to their asses because y'all was doing the most, and now y'all realize, oh, I don't think he's a traitor. Now they realize that he now, I don't think he's a traitor. He's a faithful, y'all. He's a faithful, and we're gonna go out there faithful. And I was like, and I don't think y'all seem like y'all that freaking upset. Y'all go nailing him anyway. So he was going around, and now people start turning to him, and now Rob feel bad because he said, you know what? I can't go after him and whatnot. And so he was saying his goodbyes. I said, say your goodbyes. Play that role. I love that. So he said, put his name down. You want clarity? Just put his name down, and y'all get your clarity. And so hopefully, after you get your clarity, y'all can start opening up and start being smarter because y'all acting dumb right now. So, so Taylor, Natalie, Rob said Ron is not a traitor, but they would say that they still need to know. They still need to know so they could get this out their mind. So, Coulter believes Lisa's a traitor. And because he said the housewives don't vote against another housewife. That's his unwritten rule that the housewives don't vote against another housewife. And Lisa going after Portia is an indicator that she could be a traitor because she broke the rule of going after housewife. So everybody's voting, everybody voting. And Rob was taking very long to write his name down. And he wrote a name down. So the votes was Colton had 4, Vaughn had 6, and Lisa had 5. Now, one of Lisa's votes was Rob. And I was like, it was no need for him to, I was saying, why did he put her name down? He put her name down because he didn't want to vote for Colton because he had this alliance and he didn't want to vote for Ron. Well, he could have just went after Ron and that's it. Or throw another name out. Throw away vote. They have been throwing away votes around before. So it was crazy. He could have tied it up or whatnot. But that didn't happen. Ron got up there. He says, "A faithful." Now, I know a lot of people, usually a lot of people say, "Oh, my God." But everybody was silent and that silent loud. I think they were silent because they know what they was like, damn, we was never this guy. And he actually was a faithful all this time. So they kind of stunned. But they didn't have the overreaction. Oh, my gosh, no, we got the war. They were just as quiet and stunned. So I was like, oh, dang, y'all ain't really feel that bad, huh? I guess. So the halfway point is the banquet. So that's why I say, Alan, he said this banquet, this episode was the turning point. It's to go down of Traitors history forever. And I was like, okay, so he hyped this episode. So I was like, Traitors episode 7 going to be this episode that we're going to see. We're going to be gagging. And the way how he made it seem like everyone's going to be gagged. And I said, that's why I don't really care for when people overhype things, especially like when Andy be doing that for the Housewives reunions. And he be overhyping the reunions. And it'd be so freaking stale and boring and whack. So that's what it was, because the episode was not all that. Candace don't trust Rob now, because I say it was no need for Rob to do that. It's like at the end of the day, yes, Lisa name would throw up there, but it's not enough. And just because she voted against Portia, that was not enough evidence. It had to be other reasons why you want to get her out. And all because, and his reason wasn't because of that. He just used that as one thing, but most of his reasons because Lisa did not act Lisa Rinna. That's not the Lisa Rinna I know from Housewives, how Lisa Rinna is supposed to be. That's why I voted her out, because she acted different from how she was. So you're using her own past and her upbringing and how she usually acts as an indicator that she is a traitor because she's not acting Lisa Rinna. Basically, that's his reasons. Which is stupid because you didn't like it how Michael Rappaport was using your past against you. Now there's someone else. You don't have to feel no way about it. So Colton make an announcement. I said, this is like he is doing the most. I said, what the hell? You ain't that freaking docile little freaking puppy little dog that was getting your freaking ass chewed out. Not a week ago, now you saying, I'm making an announcement. Traitors, you gotta get me or murder me because I would get shields. I'm gonna make it difficult for them. And the one person who gonna make it difficult for was Rob. So for him to make that freaking announcement, I said, no, you're not making no difficult or nothing. You being a shield for them to win. So go ahead, think you win the show. Because what is working for Rob right now is that Colton is spending with them. He got this Lions, and it could work for Rob benefit to get him and whoever else more of a probably more of a spending about Rob too. To get it, but he need more numbers. And some of the other people faithfuls is not really trusting Rob like that. So we'll see how it goes. So they had to the night before they go home, they had the banquet. And what they had to do is that they had to do another plain and murder site. Now, I'm saying it wrong. Murder in plain sight. Plain and murder site. I said it again. Murder in plain sight. Whatever. I won't say how I want to say it. Murder in plain sight again in front of everyone. And what they had to do is they had to wear this brooch, and you got to get someone to touch it, and they would be cursed, and they would be murdered. So that has to say, you know what, Lisa, you have to do this. You have to do this. You got to redeem yourself and do this and get it done. So Lisa said, you know what, this is my alley. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it big. So Candace, Rob, and Lisa talking. They was in a kitchen, and they was in the kitchen. Hold up. They was in the kitchen, and they was talking. They was saying they Rob, because I was saying at this point, this Rob betrayed them, because this week, this episode 6, episode 7 is when he spoke up really vocally. 'Cause remember, all this other roundtables, he hasn't been really speaking. He's been really quiet. It's not until Lisa's name is brought up, then he started being vocal. That's how I was starting. If I'm looking at that, I'm saying, why is he starting getting vocal so badly and gun home about Lisa? And believing that Lisa, he knows that Lisa is a traitor because he's a fellow traitor himself. But the fact that he believes so hard that Lisa is this traitor thing and get her out of that, it's not because of no liability. Like people keep saying on that, oh, Lisa's liability, Lisa's liability. That episode 6, she wasn't on liability. It was only that he was Coach was throwing the name out there and hope that it was sticks. And he was trying to make it, he was trying to nail it so people could get their minds right, and hammering on Lisa by voting her out and one like that to make people's eyes go on her. So at the end of the day, so she threw something at him because it's like he know he effed up by betraying his fellow Traitors Pact that they had. Because they were supposed to stick together. And I say if he would have stick to the plan, at the end of the day, their strategy was get the faithfuls to eliminate each other because they was doing that lovely. It could keep murdering them until y'all could be in it to the end. But the fact that he had to break that up for some apparent reason is stupid to me. And yes, I do know traitors sometimes betray other traitors, but at this point, it was no need for him to betray a fellow traitor yet, because it was enough to get her out. They was on Ron, left it on Ron, and then they go with someone else later next. And if he would have continued on the plan, their strategy would be ironclad strategy because it was working for them. But he broke it up and he had go after Lisa. So it's kind of like mess it up. Then now the other traders can't trust him. And if somebody does get recruited and they realize he is the trader and they know his identity, can they trust him? Because they gonna know how he did to Lisa. So it's like, what's the point? So she threw something at him and everybody make it seem like, oh, here she go. Don't buy their own preconceived notions about Candace. There she goes. She could have killed him. And she got up. I think the boy is not thinking hurt. He would have flinched. Yeah, act like this Rob is a fucking docile little paper little doll that one of the click he falling on like he'll figure dip like he's a freaking drag like he dipping like he a drag. Like boy bye. Episode 7, the underwhelming episode. The bakery. Everybody got dressed up and whatnot tonight. So they can't kill Colton because it would be obvious that it's Lisa because Colton just threw her name out there. Just like he normally does. That's a strategy. He had no real indicator why he did that, only because what I told y'all. Because how he felt like Lisa shouldn't have acted. So it was all obvious. So Jam like almost touched the brooch that Lisa had, but Krista came over and it stopped it when it appears to be. All right. So Lisa had this great idea. How did she get someone to pin it? Right. So who was closer was Jam, Krista, and Natalie. Like everybody coming in there, giving ear kissing, mwah, mwah, how you doing? What's going on? Bye. Right? Fixing each other food. It was cards on the table. Look at the cards. Right? Flip the card over, and it was a say show Krista name. We don't know the what's the freaking what is the reason for the cards, but it was just there. So she was saying, you know what? She acted like the pin was coming off, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's coming on. I need to get it fixed like that. So she used that as a way to get somebody to help her to touch it to fix the pin on her thing, which is a great idea because if something comes off your clothes, more people will most likely to help you. If you can't get it done yourself, they will say, come here, let me help you. So that was a good strategy. So we didn't know. So it was Jam, Chris, and Natalie. One of them people done it. So the murder was done the deed was done. No. So Ron wanted to know the deed was done, but he also was like, you know what? I'd be best if I don't know because I could have plausible deniability that I was not given to know who the person is. Candace didn't know what's going on, so none of Candace or Rob really helped Lisa get this plan going because so much thing was going on. Everybody's giggling and talking and stuff like that. You got to try to figure out what's going to happen. I mean, I'm sure Lisa, if she didn't help, she could have figured out how to figure Traitors to help her. But, stuff was happening. Everybody's eyes were open because they know it's a murder in plain sight happening. So they try to see what's going on. So everybody being cautious. So here go Alan, bust through the door. I said, go ahead, Alan. Let me tell y'all this. Coulter, what the fuck were you wearing, Coulter? Because you act like you was this freaking Queen Bee wearing some dusty ass hairpiece. You have a piece like similar to Candace. Candace had like a nice little hairpiece that go with the long black dress that looked nice on. But you look stupid because you had that hairpiece and you had a blazer on and you got beads. I said, why are you wearing beads? The only way I want to see some beads on somebody like that, if he's a light woman with a light breasted sis that got some beads that look good, it's like that. But yeah, the blazer and beads with the hair. Like I said, you look horrible. I don't know what is wrong with you, but you look horrible. But you're not that guy you think you are. It looks stupid. It looks hideous. Last week, Natalie looked like she was going to Renaissance concert with that black jumpsuit she had on. I was like, girl, Natalie, what you doing? And then this time she wearing something else. I don't know what the hell she wearing. I said, oh my God. Rob has another figure jumper on him, so it was like floor padded jumper and everything. Doing his normal plain white boy personality. So Moira, I said, go ahead, Moira. Moira is stupid in this game, but she is dressed as the guards. I said, go ahead, Moira. You better be fashion ready. But he busted the door and everything, all dramatic and everything. It had me laughing. I said, go ahead, Allie, you better bust through that door. So he said, I'm going to tell you the story of the Legend of the Black Banquet. And then it's like that. He told the story and whatnot, and yada, yada, yada. And everybody realizes somebody got to be cursed, and the traitors has striked. But a faith was murdered, but there's a chance to redeem herself. They had 2 antidotes, and the people had to vote on who will drink the antidote. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. My phone ringing in the middle of me calling. Oh my gosh, I'm not cutting that off. So it is what it is. So they had to choose 2 people, and they had a time limit who they want to drink the thing. They had to be quick with it. So now they said, I want the antidote. I want the antidote. Give me the antidote. I want the antidote. Go. I need to drink it. Let me drink it. She kept going on and on and on about the drink because at this point Natalie was the only last gamer. So she is in a freaking fight or flight mode. She was really panicking. So she been dominated that she really wanted to drink the freaking thing. I said, girl, calm down. Kristen, on the other hand, she was saying that her drinking, and they say Kristen could drink. So it was like between those 2. So it ended up becoming Natalie and Kristen. But people was like really like looking at Natalie and said, girl, you both those. And Simone was like, girl, if you want to drink it so bad, just drink it, girl. Just drink it. God, they're trying to vote on it. They had enough. They didn't have much time. And the girl was going really hard about drinking that freaking antidote. They said, girl, just drink it. Now, so they trying to figure out how they get cursed. They said, it can't be the food. It was the food. They don't think about the cars. And now everybody looking at that. And I was like that. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Natalie, you trying to drink the freaking antidote so damn badly? Girl, ain't that serious. Now, granted, Jam, Kristen, and Natalie was the people who were closer, so we didn't know who could drink it. So it was like Kristen and Natalie if they one of them touched the boat, one of them will be protected. But we don't know who it was. So Alec go around, and that's why I said this was stupid. Because I was sitting there going, I know people say this is reality TV, it is drama, it's entertainment. But that's the end of the game. It kind of makes it stupid because if he was eliminated, he shouldn't have no chance to even talk to anyone. So they said we got two players who drunk the antidote, Natalie and Kristen, which they safe. Alice said, Jam, it's you. You were murdered. So Jam said, Lisa will kiss him in the cheek. Lisa kiss him in the cheek. Lisa kiss him in the cheek. Lisa kiss him in the cheek. He said, what? Lisa kiss him in the cheek. It was Lisa. It was Lisa. Lisa kiss him in the cheek. She was kissing him in the cheek. It's Lisa. It's Lisa. I said, he shouldn't be able to say none of that. He shouldn't have to be saying none of that. Dada could have did a normal fast. She said, I'll let y'all know. But I could do tell y'all, antidote did not work because who drank it, it did not affect them because they was not cursed. So somebody will be eliminated, and y'all find out at breakfast the next day. That's what gonna be this. But the fact that he got out there and doing that, Lisa did this, Lisa kissed me in the cheek, Lisa kissed me in the cheek, knowing that thinking that was the reason why he went home, and that was the curse. He was not cursed because of that. He was cursed because of the brooch. But he would have to go off with that. And I said, if y'all go about the kiss, I said that's minute and that's stupid anyway, because a lot of y'all was kissing each other. I don't care if it was air kiss or whatnot. Y'all was doing the kisses. So kissing could not be a normal way for y'all. That was the easiest way out. But know these faithfuls, they're gonna stick with that and they're gonna not think of anything else. So Lisa did not like what Rob's action was and everything, and not help her and everything. So she want both of them to help her as much as possible. They say, we got you, but whatever, we'll see how it goes. So Natalie was so nervous. She said last night the game of laugh and why she wanted to drink it so badly, and she did a slip up and said we murdered one person. So Lisa with Tad was in the room and they heard us. She said we murdered somebody. And I said, why y'all love doing the slip ups? Y'all stop saying y'all murdered something. That's how they got Portia eliminated. So Lisa said, oh, I just heard that slip up. So let's go on. So Mara, Mark, and Steven talk and Rob. And he didn't stick up for Lisa. He said, why would he lie and all that stuff that, and because he got eliminated, he got murdered, why would he lie? Okay. I mean, that could be understandable. If he got eliminated, he's a faithful. We all know he's a straight faithful, so why would he lie about that? Even though he don't know that was the reason why he got eliminated. But he said, why would he lie? So now people think that, oh, he got to be telling the truth. That Lisa did kiss him, and that's what got him cursed and got him eliminated. I said no. Mission number 7. They had to collect gold, and they could win up to $25,000. And 6 players who bank the most money will have a chance to get the dagger. And the dagger allows you to have 2 votes at the round table, and you could be used within the next 4 round tables. So you can put your money in your own box or treasure chest, or you can put it in someone else. So the top 6 players are Colton, Eric, Mark, Natalie, Rob, and Steven. And they banked $70,800 money. And the one who had the most advantage, who banked the most money, was Rob. So his advantage was a dagger game that had to have 5 stone tablets that was in front of the rest of the people, the 5 players besides Rob. And they had to secretly turn over the tablet, and one of the tablets had a dagger on it. And Rob would ask questions and see if one of them has a dagger based on the questions he asked. And if he senses it, he would get the chance to steal. Well, he had to steal one of the tablets based on what his information he got. And Rob said, "Oh, I'm good as a human detector, lie detector. I can determine who could lie to me or not." So he's asked one by one who the question was. At the end of the day, Natalie, the one who had the dagger, Natalie, they look in his eye, and she was found out by Rob. So he took Natalie's tablet. Natalie had a dagger. She lost it. And he has an advantage. So those 6 players decided they have a pact to not to say who has a dagger. They're making a pact not to share it. I said, okay, go ahead with your pact. So far at the round table, it will be between Natalie and Lisa. Cause Natalie of her antics at the bakery trying to drink the potion so damn badly. And thinking Lisa, because her name was thrown out there, and then Jam died message. Oh, Lisa kissed me in the cheek. It was Lisa. It was Lisa. It's like that. So, but I feel like he shouldn't have to say nothing because it kind of tarnished and tainted the game a little bit. Because now his dying message, you give nobody else a dying message to try and lead to a traitor. That all of a sudden this banquet, it had this dying message. Like, come on now. So Nat and Lisa, they fight for their lives. They're going back and forth, defending themselves. To be honest, Lisa didn't really defend herself that well. And Natty, it was okay, but Lisa didn't really do a good job defending herself. So I was like, after all this time, this whole competition, Maura did have a good memory. Now, all of a sudden, she could remember that kiss between them. So I was like, okay, now you want to pipe up and remember something, girl? Let's get out of here. So Rob's speaking again, and he's not defending Lisa. And he was saying, you just got to think about the man. We all know that Jan was a faithful, and we know without a doubt that he was. So why would he lie about the kids and all that stuff, trying to make it seem like, even though he know the reason why, even though he know the reason how he got cursed, but he gonna nail it because he gonna act like he didn't know what happened. But whatever. He kept going. But I'm saying at the end of the day, and that was saying about Twitter, because I know people going back and forth about that. They robbed Lisa liability. Yes, Lisa name's going out there and she getting heat. But at the end of the day, if y'all keep playing the way it is, Lisa name's gonna get voted out anyway. If it wasn't Lisa this round table, she will be going on the next. So at the end of the day, it was no need for Rob to pipe up to nail her out now. Now I think he did that because of his game plan strategy to get her out now, so it could be down to 2. But at the end of the day, if you do that to Lisa, what make you think he can't do that to Candace? So for everybody make it seem like Candace did a wrong move. I understand why y'all might think that way, that it could turn it on her. But I said maybe not. At this point, he coasted through like nobody could think that he is. Everybody think he is, and Candace, nobody noticing Candace either. So don't you think he might go out his way to try to put some pink things up to make Candace as a fault next? So he could be the only lasting trader. But I say you can't do that because once you get at the end of the day, you have to recruit. And they can't trust you now. They see how you did with Lisa. They can't trust you then if they become one unless they decide to work with you. And I'm telling you that now, Colts is not coming in no freaking trade up to it. Candace not happening. She didn't have that. So it's not if between Candace and Rob trying to decide, Colts is not having it unless they get Candace out to get Colts into it, the trade up tournament. That's that. But no, that's not gonna happen. Who else they gonna try to recruit? They don't just get Natalie. I mean, they could use Natalie as a throwaway trader shield and get her out the further they plan. But now at this point, you turned all your own traders, whether Lisa's a liability or not. Her voting out, you didn't even put much input. They kept voting off the majority anyway. So at the end of the day, you didn't need to do much to persuade them. But you did enough because people like to hear you. And the coaching didn't say much, so you lead the charge. And y'all both had the same exact message. Like, what is going on? That was stupid. The legend, the iconic, the legendary. I said, don't give me no figure backhand compliment. So Lisa was able to get 9 votes. Natalie got 2. Rob got 1. And Candace did a throwaway vote because she didn't want to believe. She was convinced that Natalie defended herself, and that made Natalie appreciate that. So now Natalie trusts Candace, and she didn't want to go against Lisa because the housewives don't want to vote after each other. So she did a throwaway vote. Now Davina did a throwaway vote too. More of them. Nobody pointing out that because Davina's not a traitor, so nobody want to care about the Davina vote. But I was like, if y'all gonna call out a throwaway vote, why y'all not call out the Davina vote either, as well? Because Candace a traitor, y'all feel like that vote was matters because she did a terrible job. I said at the end of the day, whether you think she did a terrible job or not, it depends on how she plays the rest of the game. So we can't tell if she did a bad move or not. Everybody going to Discord and trying to go back and forth, trying to defend if they did a good job or not. I would say it is what it is. We will see how it goes. But I would say that Rob didn't need to go out his way to do so to betray his traitors like that. He could have stayed behind the scenes like everybody else and let things play out and play and act as a faithful. But the fact that he want to lead the charge, it could start making people start looking at him. I'm just saying. Everybody, what people need to start realizing, traders, that y'all start looking at one possibility and start looking at different possibilities. It could be one of two things. It could be one that he did a good move and get a trader out, and people could think that he's a faithful, but also that he did so much after he been quiet all this time and doing that, lead the charge, that people could start looking at him. Two possibilities could happen. Just like two possibilities could happen with Candace. Candace throwaway vote could start making people suspicious of Rob, because they trust her just as much. Rob and Candace has been trusted by a lot of people, so they believe them, they like them, so they can start looking at their actions. Candace throwing a vote can make start Rob looking at him. Now Rob is upset about that because that. But I say, how you be upset? Well, you threw a fire in the freaking Traitors Pact, and now you broke it up. So you can't get mad at other traitors' actions now because now you think she can trust you because what you did. No, at the end of the day, whether or not you do it because Lisa's liability or not, you still betray the traitors because now they can't trust you because you was willing to throw her under the bus no matter what. Instead of letting it play out and you didn't have to put your name out there and let this go and try to do as much as you can. But if Lisa was going to go, Lisa was going to go. So Candace could do one of two things. It could be a bad move for her because now he going to try to campaign to go against him. But if you're going to try to campaign so hard to go against Candace, you're going to try to, you want to think about it, because if you let Candace go and she's a traitor, then they're going to know that you automatically a traitor too. Because she threw your name out there. If they're smart enough. The Lord had this faith was all this season. They like me dumb enough. So that's right. So, or she could play moves and get him out there so that people can start suspicious of him, so it can work her favor too. So her strategy could be good or bad, and his strategy could be good or bad. It doesn't matter. It's while we going back and forth with each other trying to debate. I said at the end of the day, there was no reason for him to go all that and get mad that Candace throw his name out there when you betraying your own people. At the end of the day, if he's going to do that to her, he was going to do that to Candace. Point blank, period. Period. And now Coach has talked to Johnny. Like now, Johnny started thinking about Coach. He said, no, Johnny gonna start thinking that this something about Coach and Rob is don't make sense. Now Johnny gonna start. You know what? Mm-hmm. So he said his strategy was, how he gonna talk to Alfred and how you practice, and what you do, you hope things will stick and work for your favor. So that's his strategy. His strategy was, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Even though it doesn't work all the time, I'm gonna keep throwing names out there. Cause that's what it is. It's random names. It's not a strategy. It's not strategic. His strategy is to throw random names out there and see what sticks. And that's what happened with Lisa. He just happened to luck gold because he had somebody who helped him. So he going after Steven. Got no reason to go after Steven. He's just going after Steven. So Johnny started thinking about this coaching guy, and they say, you know what? Something about him is suspicious, and we can't get him because he will try to go after coaching in a while now, but he needs to get the numbers. So Colton, Moore, and Rob talk. They realized how Candace was trying to off Lisa, and now he started piping up and said, "Oh, Candace, you see how she was trying to defend off Lisa and all that stuff." I'm saying at the end of the day, whatever. Housewives will go against the housewives, so it is what it is. So if you want to use that and try to get Candace, we'll see how it goes next week if Candace is alive or not. But it is what it is. So Traitors not in sync anymore. It's done. So the next they're in a turret, so they got the chance to murder someone or recruit. Y'all let me know who y'all think y'all can recruit. Because I say after players are left, who they go after? They can't do Colton right now. They're not gonna do Colton. They can try to do Natalie and whatnot, but Natalie is sure next to go after. So they're gonna try to go after her. Who they gonna do? Tara, Kristen, Johnny, Mark, Eric, Dorinda. Maybe they'll try Kristen. Kristen's finally on the radar. Her name is being brought up at all. So we'll see who they choose. Or they choose to murder. If they choose to murder, who you think they will murder? Whoever the players left, it's no reason. It's like I said, the faithfuls left is no indication to point to anyone in their directions. So it's up to the game players right now is based on the alliances of Rob's side and who he getting on his side, and Candace getting what who she getting on the side, and the faithfuls to see if they can band together and whatnot and start looking at the bigger picture. Because right now they're being led, and they're not thinking for themselves. But that's my trailer review, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all let me know. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me y'all thoughts in the comment section down below. Like at the end of the day, think about it. Ain't no need to go back and forth trying to criticize or trying to stop people telling just to try and tell them that you didn't watch first season. Y'all know how at the end of the day, the whether people started from this season or not, at the end of the day, we see how it plays, and with no need for him to do all that and get upset that she threw her name out there. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. You doing it, you trade a traitor betraying you. It is what it is. Fire shot live. Y'all would think that he gonna be faithful to Candace after he got Lisa out. At the end of the day, no. He seems like he gonna move how the wind blows, and if he gets heat on any one of them, he's gonna go after that. So y'all let me know. You ever had different opinions? I'm welcome to hear your opinions. But I appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace out. All right. Talk to y'all later, y'all. Please like the video.